Hey, Rachel, sorry, we can't hear you if you could hear me.
If we think
Are you
about,
telling me I had my Captain America speech going and no one heard me?
Dang, yeah, no one heard you over here.
Okay.
well, one of the things we were just talking about is how Monday is the kickoff to the entire week. And that if you start Mondays out excited, energized with a goal, you're going to run your whole week that way.
Yep.
And if you aren't present on Monday morning, not physically present in your business, and mentally present in your business, your whole week's going to run like that. I'll start this on Tuesday. Tuesday comes and it passes and it goes. So that's what Morning Joe's really all about, right?
You know what? I just realized procrastination is like our listings days on market. Think about it.
It is.
Sorry. Yes, I love it.
It is.
So if you notice, we have Mr. Michael D. King standing right here, and that's because I am officially handing Morning Joe off to Michael King. So not only that, but for everybody who's here and online, a round of applause too, because he has stepped up and he's going to take our productivity coaching Ignite initiative, and he is going to do what he's just naturally doing, which is keeping people in production, and he's going to help get everyone into production. So Michael King, thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm very excited. I cannot get the word dynamic out of my head for 2025. And I hate keywords that we hang our hat on, but man, it just sticks with me.
I know.
2025 is going to be really dynamic. And
Is that your word of the year, dynamic?
I don't want it to be, but it sure seems like
That
it's going
sounds
to
like
be.
a pretty awesome.
Dynamic. Well, we could be the dynamic duos.
Duo, I like it.
And really quick on the productivity coaching thing, some people think that it's only for new people. It's not necessarily just for new people, but some people who maybe are leaning towards teams that don't really want to be on team, but think they need that support. That's really what the productivity coaching program is all about. And we want to make sure that everyone knows that it's all inclusive. It's going to be at all different levels.
Yeah.
So it's not just going to be taught in lockstep as far as you're going to show up to something. It's like, I've been through this like 50 times. We're going to really try to not have that happen.
And tailor it.
To the level or the phase that you're in. So there's people all in this room right now that are brand new, that have been in the business for a long time, have been in the business a short time, but know a lot, right?
Well, here's the best
that are ancient.
Yeah. Well, did you call me ancient?
Ancient, yeah.
Oh
You're dynamically ancient.
I don't know if I should be like flattered or like about that. Okay,
I think an old man said that.
So because we believe in this so much, anyone who wants to join the productivity line with Michael, I will pay for the first 3 deals. Okay.
So there's nothing out of pocket. There's no risk.
Yeah, you don't see a change in your cap or anything like that. It's what we offer our new recruits, and so we're going to offer it to any of our agents that want accountability. And I don't want to say hand holding because that's not the right word. It's just I have a lot of agents that are like, I need hand holding. And for me, it is tailored guidance, is what I would put it to.
Structured.
And we've had some negativity in the past with productivity lines, and not necessarily here, but this is not a consulting program. It is a training coaching program. Okay, so I want to be very, very clear about that. It is interactive, and you guys will have tasks and things to do, and an accountability in a group, and the whole market center to back you up. Okay, so if that's something that y'all want, please reach out to preferably Michael King, because if it goes to me, I'm just going to hand it off to Michael King. So, and that would be fantastic. I'm done with excuses this year. No excuses.
One of the things you might have seen recently that you'll see a change from last year is last year, because Rachel was doing all things and it's overwhelming, right? And everything has to come out to the last minute, is you'll see that for a good example, is all 4 major events have been laid out. In fact, I've already talked to neighboring businesses in the last week about who's going to be involved. So
Yeah, like.
We're already
content,
talking about next year's Christmas event. We're already talking about the trunk or treat. the
Lucky
upcoming-
Leprechaun.
The upcoming lucky,
Mhm.
you know, that's just a hot second away. And it's one thing I've learned as I've grown older is that time is fast. Like, we're gonna be talking about Lucky Leprechaun. It's like, we haven't done anything, but we've already planned, like, we are on the button. hot
Like we're
button
doing it
now.
right now. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
So-
100%.
So those are some changes you're gonna see in the market center.
Well, and I want to stress the quarterly events. They were designed to be a client appreciation where you guys didn't have to pay or think about it. You know what I mean? Other than you doing a table, if that's what you want, or volunteering, or doing something else that you're putting money towards, it's really minimal and it's just for you. It's designed to lead gen in any capacity that you want to go back into our database and where we go, well, I don't know what to say. Go back into our farming and say, hey, we want to invite you too, right? It's customized to you guys as well. So it's an opportunity for you guys to lead gen in a very wonderfully positive way as we're all doing it together. You know, we had a great turnout this last one, which was a great way to end the year. We're going to be doubling those numbers in coming things. So just to put into perspective, I've not released the leads yet. They're going to get released this week to anyone who participated. With the new system and vetting, I was able to identify 11 home people that wanted to buy or sell in the next year from that event. An additional almost 30 renters, okay, which is something we're going to target, right? So in that, and it's live recorded, and you were here, we literally had a woman walk right by and she's like, I'm just so thankful that you guys do this for the community, especially for people who can't afford. It's like the only time I get to spend with my grandchildren and my daughter, and we were just having a moment. And she goes, no, this is so wonderful that you guys are doing this. I have 5 homes I need to sell and I will be using you guys.
I think she said Santa. She said Santa specifically.
Pretty sure the Grinch won
Be sure,
and it was the
pretty
Grinch.
sure she felt bad for Santa because Santa supposedly lost.
Oh my gosh. By the way, it was almost neck and neck. Sorry. We
Six
probably, we,
Santa don't care.
we're probably gonna play the Grinch and Santa next year. Yes,
No,
yes,
that's
it's,
pretty
That was a high eye roll.
oh my gosh, we had so much fun.
Yeah.
Okay, the Grinch's stuff didn't work out, by the way. Everything failed. Every trick I had failed. All of his went off. But we converted him at the end, so I still feel like I won.
Converted. See,
Yours, I have
see-
a video like I'm splicing together with your.
see. See, I don't want to get into the trickery, but as long as they think they won, right?
Right.
There we go. All right,
Okay, so with that, this week we have market update is on Thursday. A big thing that's happening and I need you guys to be aware of. It may feel like it's overdone initially. We always have a team meeting on the 3rd week of every month, okay? Do all the awards and recognitions and all the things. The region has asked that we have 4 team meetings, 1 a week at the same time. So at 11 or 10 a.m. every Thursday, we will have a team meeting. Each one is designed to do something different. The first one will be 21 questionable questions with Rachel. So I will be taking,
lot of fun.
I did Michael's, I will post it, well, I did post it on YouTube, but I'll be splicing some of the things together. But we're gonna, if you guys have someone who's interesting, a vendor or someone like that, or an agent or something, would love to 21 question them. I use ChatGPT, you guys know we use a lot of technology here, and have them pull together 16 very quirky, weird, unusual questions based off their bio, and 5 very serious ones. So it kind of gives a little bit of funk and weirdness and like, you know, I don't know, but then some very serious stuff. So it's that's fun. Then the second one will be, the second week is market update with Alex. The third one will be awards and recognitions. And the fourth one will be the panelists. So you'll see us getting, you know, top producers or vendors, or so like this month, we're going to do essentially like a buyer seminar. We're actually going to open it up to the public, and will be Marshall Nathy and Alex. So we got mortgage expert, buyers expert, because that's all that Marshall Nathy and his team does. By the way, they hit number 10, like in our top 10 in the region in 3 months. Just to
Who is
put in
this?
perspective, Marshall Nathy, the Bridgestone Home team. And then we'll have our market expert with Alex in there. Okay, so each month will be different. It should be fun and different value to be able to pull off of, with that. Distractions.
Did I distract you?
Yes.
Go on. I don't want to forget something.
Now I gotta go back. Okay, so you're gonna see that Ignite's gonna start up, Morning Joe happens. We're gonna work on a more productive call day, okay? That we're actually picking up the phones. So that we can lead gen, maybe we do that one online too, so like you can at least lead gen on
So
you.
we have Bryce, who's been a high level participant in that.
Yeah,
Bryce, that is going to look more like what you want to
Yes.
see. And more like, whether we're trying to get lists together, that's still in development a little bit, but it will be picking up the phone.
yeah, the
and-
lists
and-
are easy to
Yeah,
get, it's just, we just need, Eric will probably still come in and do his stuff, I just don't know if that's in conjunction with the call day.
Eric's days are very valuable,
very
the time he was
valuable.
spent here, but, we
still need to
weren't
pick up the
making,
phone.
weren't making the calls, so it wasn't adding dollars. It wasn't adding your one thing to your business, and that's, that's what the call day is for. So that's gonna be structured differently. So one of the things to take away from this is, and I jumped ahead a little bit, but some of the folks that haven't been as present in the office. I'm a big be present in the office person. I know that it's difficult. And that's why they wrote the word distractions down. Ethan's brand new. I'm gonna get to know him. He's our, welcome Ethan
And his baby Maze.
and his
in
baby,
Cleveland, right?
but
His wifey's.
whether, I'm sorry, I stepped all over that touchdown call.
Go on, you're right.
He gets to brag about all that stuff in a bit. But no, I got distracted. So I use the word distracted by things distract you. And not to diminish full-time or part-time jobs, but they're distraction in our world, right?
Okay.
So how do we navigate through that? It's a big part of my job and I'm learning part of that, how I'm going to handle that. But it's a big thing. So we're going to look at how to get people into production while maintaining bills, right? Because it's
Yeah.
difficult.
Yeah.
But part of that is, and that goes back to what I was saying about being present. Some of the meetings are really must-haves. Whether it's through Zoom, I believe in being able to interact, physically as humans with people in the room. But others do just fine on Zoom. If you're doing just fine on Zoom, that's great, but if you're still doing the things and being accountable to yourself or just shutting the computer off and going about whatever was the distraction before. So how do we overcome that? And then how do we get out of the distraction if that's what you intend to do? So that's why I wrote down distractions, because
Did you just see how many times we got distracted through that?
Right. that's why I want only one person to do this.
I know, that's only one,
Because we
okay.
only have a certain.
So I'm actually going to officially step out. And let him run accountability with y'all. Okay, and Michael, seriously, it's a true honor that you took this. I'm excited to see you run with it. And to do the things, I think we have an amazing market center and an amazing group of humans. And just so you guys know, my word this year is intentionally purposeful. It's really too, but I'm always extra. We have to be intentional with
Well, you put
everything we do with
figure-outable
real
together,
purpose.
so you can just squinch those two together.
I mean, it's
Sure.
a run on word. So I will start by giving you my accountability if I can real quick, so I can
Yes.
step away.
That's what I was going to suggest.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm always gonna write them down like Rachel does, but we'll see.
I think it's important.
Uh.
But you do. Boo. Oh, he's gonna spell my name out, so everybody knows what's on the internet. Well, okay.
Oh, if you're gonna put it up here, I'm gonna post it on YouTube and all the stuff.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
Facebook.
One,
What
my
was your
one,
goal?
my one thing, did I hit my goal last week? I actually signed this handsome gentleman over here. So, two, I need to set 4 appointments this week. Okay, and then 3, my door will be shut. And my calendar is going back on my door. And that is just so because Rachel wants to help and do all things to make sure that I'm honoring that time block that I put together. I will not be lead jetting all day like I was before when I was setting 7, 8 appointments a week. But I do need to do that. And then, you guys just show up, please. Like, we've got so many things happening. And I know that y'all want to get away from full and part-time jobs, okay? You're only gonna do that showing up as much as you can. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you can. And if that means, like, I just found like apple cider and Fireball together is amazing, and I gotta make you guys some kind of like drink and we have happy hour at the end of the day, I don't care. I'm just saying, whatever we gotta do.
That will not coincide with call day.
No,
Well, okay, that could get really interesting.
yeah, actually, okay, I'm not condoning, but I do know 2 top ISAs and one of them. Man, the more the drink, the better the conversion. Not condoning, not condoning. Okay, love you guys, lots, bye.
That would create all kinds of issues. People get lippy with me, I might just get lippy back.
You just like input all the wrong information and you got it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that too, right?
That would probably be me if I was you.
So I always start on, like, Rachel always said with Bryce. Can you hear us, Bryce?
Here, I've unmuted. Here we go. I'm unmuted.
One thing to know, I am learning on the fly about Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah, it does. Do I have to do something here?
Not hearing anything.
You're not?
Turn off.
I'm unmuted in my. Wow.
How's that, Bryce? Daniel, anybody out there? Oh boy, good start.
I'm unmuted.
Yeah, just lock it up.
Okay, you can hear.
Bryce took off his mute, but we can't hear him.
Oh,
We aren't hearing you guys. If you're hearing us, we're gonna move forward.
Daniel or Michaela, can you say something?
Can you hear me?
I wonder if we don't have speakers.
No, we do. We have audio.
Oh.
Bryce, can you try now to unmute? And Michaela's unmuted, but, huh,
Okay, can you hear me now?
okay,
Because
hold on.
you sent me permissions. And I just got permission to unmute. But yeah,
Oh, that's so, okay, so we must be missing something. Okay, guys, just give me a second.
We could hear you guys, if you could hear me.
Something.
Oh, wow.
Still around.
Yeah, that's.
Hey, someone say something.
I can.
Okay, you're good to go.
Just put them.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Daniel,
Yes, sir.
did you have a goal in your last week? How did last year turn out? So we're doing the 4 questions. Are you able to hear me?
Yep. So, goal for this week. I don't know. I kind of like, since the weather's nice, I like doing the door knocking, hand out business cards, introduce myself to my own neighborhood.
Okay, what's that look like for you? Do you have marketing materials?
No, I don't have marketing materials, but my plan, just initial plan of action, since I don't have those yet, I want to get started with something. So I'll just hand out my business card, introduce myself, and make it a quick conversation.
How many doors?
My plan is I want to hit. I don't get off work till like 6 o'clock. So probably 50 this week.
Okay, so you're gonna do that in person, by giving out your cards and just introducing yourself to the neighborhood, right?
Yeah, because in my neighborhood, there's a lot of renters. I've noticed.
Even better. If you wanted to go through, Daniel, a little bit of conversation or practice with me, we could schedule that. I'm really tight today, but let's get you on the books.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully you're going to be one of the folks that I'll be able to assist to get into higher production, right?
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to
Me,
get out
I
of
can
this
count on you
job.
to be in the productivity group.
Hopefully, I mean, I have a full-time job, so the plan is to get out of here and
And
do that.
I don't know how much you heard about that. But that's one of our hurdles. It's one of my hurdles is to overcome how to navigate what I wrote down as distractions. I know distractions can be important, so don't think I'm dismissing what the distraction is. But if your goal is to be in business, let's figure out how to get you in business, right?
Yeah. Sounds good.
So we'll set up a call sometime. In fact, why don't you give me a text and then we'll set up a call.
Okay, we'll do.
I answered number 4. What can we do for you? As marketing, we need to get you in touch with Kelly and get you some door hangers, flyers, and some way of your getting into the neighborhood. More than one door knock is vital for you.
Right.
Can you think of anything else that we would be able to do for you?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and send me that text, and then we'll set up a time. How about that?
I'm shooting it over right now.
Perfect. All right, Bryce, are you able to hear me?
Oh, yes.
Beautiful.
Yep. Okay, goal is just, I'm cleaning out my database. I'm going through, and anybody who has a phone number, I'm calling up and telling them that they're really important people because they're in my database. And how do I know them? I need to clean that thing up to see leads, prospects, and just who's the dead wood. You know, if I sat down with Tim, there's kind of a taxonomy, a way to, in that way, I want to really get everybody tagged so I can be very effective and just, because it's my understanding that, obviously I need about 15 real warm, personal, trusting relationships before we even talk business. And out of those, I can get 1 or 2 deals. So that's it. It's just for me, it's gonna be time over task. I'd like to get through about 60 people a week. And
60
do,
people.
but the challenge is that you don't get them on the first phone call. It might be 4 or 5 phone calls before you do it. So it's at least
Are you doing anything other than calling on your database? Are you doing text or email?
Only with the market summary. When I get the market analysis, the market updates, I've been doing that and I follow up on that.
Okay.
And that's the icebreaker. That's where most people are interested in. If I needed any assistance, it would be getting the text piece of that market update together. I don't know if I need Twilio or what, but I'd like to get that. That's the next piece because I have the smart plan going. So the help would be the brainstorm and the texting piece.
And I agree that I put down Tim that you should get in front of Tim. Schedule some time with him. I don't know The Wednesday time still stands for our Wisdom Wednesdays for Tim in the afternoon. I think you're in Mesa, so that might be difficult or not. But again, that's a hurdle or a distraction that we can get over.
Yeah.
And you've obviously communicated with Tim, so he's a fantastic resource for that. I made it really simple. If you remember the last Monday Morning Joe's, one of mine was I had a terribly messy. It's still messy, not terribly messy anymore. Database, and one of my big issues was who do I just kick out and who do I not? And I did that by, like you said, when I called and I didn't get an answer, I then also text them right after. And it was just a simple thing like, hey, not sure if you remember, you just tried to call. Because really, how often are people outside of real estate agents who's supposed to be answering their phones, picking up the phone? I know I wouldn't. So a lot of times it's go, oh, that's that guy. And then you can either call back then or call back the next day to give a breath to them or a reaction time and keep moving on, keep yourself moving through your list. But then follow up with them directly after that.
Oh, good. I can that'll compress a lot of things.
Yeah. So that isn't, I would take that as separate from the market update, which I think is vitally important and really super easy for those who aren't using it. What's been done with that is phenomenal as far as ease goes. As far as social media and spreading that out, it's like clickable links that Alex has done. He's phenomenal. So I wrote down, Tim, is there anything other than that? If you wanted to work with me at all about how those structures are, Kyle and I noticed, Kyle Gomez and I did a lot with some basic phone calls that had zero to do with real estate that turned into real estate conversations. And we're still in the time frame that we can do this. So your phone calls to some of that database might not have to be all related to that. My phone calls were Merry Christmas. No, I'm not calling about inevitably they'll change it back. And some of those were just text messages. Happy Thanksgiving, blah, blah, blah. Enjoy your family during this time. Simple little things that just turned into bigger conversations because they did it. So it was rooted from them, not from me. Those worked really, really well. I think Kyle converted a couple appointments from it. I certainly did. And I awakened some of my database that I didn't even know I hate the word ghosted, but I couldn't get a hold of them anymore. They weren't responding, right? All of a sudden Christmas Day, which is a day I decided I'm not doing this. This is not for Christmas, isn't for my business, it's for my family. And my phone was blowing up with Merry Christmases because I'd done all the Thanksgivings to these folks. Now they must have felt like, oh, they must, beat me to it.
Yeah.
But one person in particular, what I would call a potential listing is now a secured, in my mind, listing in Whitman. She came back, hadn't been responding for months, and then came back. Merry Christmas. I'm so excited to talk to you about listing my house next year.
I love those phone calls.
Oh, it was a text even. I was like, I got it on thing. I was like, hey, this is fantastic. So even some of those simple things, right, Bryce?
Yes.
Great. I'll keep it moving. Michaela, are you able to hear me? Take it. Working on a car or something?
All right, Matt.
Michaela, can you hear me now? Can you talk? Okay. Eden, we will move along to you. I'm taking up a lot of time.
Sure. The questions, is it just one goal? I had it last week.
Yeah, if you had a goal, what was it and did you accomplish it or not?
Yeah, so I had a goal. I've still been prospecting 2 different communities with marketing, and those were going well. And I did have a lot of conversations. So yes, I did meet my goal. This week, my goal is to actually have a conversation with you. I needed to come into the office and kind of just get a game plan, for what I'm doing with my business, because I have a lot going on where, I haven't been able to plug in as much with the full-time work and other responsibilities. So I really kind of want to zone in on what I want to do moving forward and what's gonna work, for myself being here. What will I do? I'm gonna have a conversation, and you guys can help me with that, kind of get clarity for the new year.
Beautiful, faster than me.
Sorry if that was too fast.
No, I think things, I gotta learn how to keep short.
Oh, I know. I had a very
Although the first half was, in my defense, taken up by Rachel.
I didn't accomplish my goal. It was to send out the flyers and I put that on hold. So that was intentional, but I didn't accomplish it. And then my goal for this week is to close this manufactured house I've been working on. It has been the hardest client deal ever. So I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just like, it's a seller that doesn't really need to sell and decided halfway through that I think he thought I would rather keep it and just run it out, but now we're trying to help the buyers get it and it's just been fun, so.
Let's just call it the learning experience.
It's a very, yeah, if anyone lives the manufactured house, please come to me.
Okay, I was gonna say,
I will guide you, I will give you some great insight.
is it what's the most hardest component of that? Is it the insurance?
It's the fact that, like, you have a septic, you have a well inspection, you have, there's so much stuff that can go wrong once you get past even the general inspection part, so like.
It's the process.
So one of the big takeaways from what she's going through
Yeah.
is a lot of what Kyle Christian has talked about in the Wednesday meetings with contracts, right? It's about setting expectations for the client.
Right.
So the hangup is this. All the stumbling blocks keep piling up on each other. You have to keep going back, going, yeah, just another nickel, just another nickel,
Right.
just another nickel. And he's getting fed up with it. Plus, he's not that type of personality that wants to spend a dime, let alone, a dollar.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah, so that would be the takeaway from that. Close the house. What are you gonna do again?
I just need to meet with Kyle today, so I got like all sorts of addendums and. Like 3 different documents I have to send to the seller and buyers today.
I assume that's what we're doing.
So finished paperwork is what I need to do. I need Kyle's help to do it.
Okay,
Okay.
that ended all right there, doesn't it?
I'm sure I'll be the topic of Wednesdays.
Yeah,
You guys like that. As usual, I will be the topic and you guys can learn from
I was
everything.
gonna say,
that
you're doing such interesting little deals, not little, but you know what I mean.
No, this is
Deal.
little and a pain in the butt.
Buy yourself a margarita.
See, I drink more than
I treat
I-
yourself.
I hardly
See, you
ever
talk
drink
about it,
before I
you never
became a
do.
real estate agent. Maybe once or twice a year. It is like a weekly thing now, like 1 or 2 drinks a week.
Yeah, amen.
That's
Seriously.
sad.
Yeah, it is.
Drink at time towards alcoholism, yes.
Yeah. Real estate, alcohol.
My goal,
Yeah.
start drinking. Well, We'll see how this goes, yeah, apparently. So,
I
Deb?
never understood a class until real estate.
There's secret when you about it.
I knew like the necklace is gonna hang here.
Yeah, I just know. Maybe one of my sunscreen.
Sorry.
Kyle, he's got the hat, 2 things in the top.
All right.
Oh.
Always on hand, just in case.
Okay.
I was traveling in San Diego.
Your goal is to get home. You made it.
Yeah, I made it home. This week is doing a micro and a macro. The micro is I had potential, one of my buyers that I've been working with. Asked me for alternative loan. Ideas or lease to own, that sort of thing, because they will not qualify for a conventional loan, not sure what to do. So I need to look at things for them to help us get into another place.
Perfect.
And then database / picking out referrals. So database finishing cleanup and then going through my database that's clean and finding referrals to start. This network that I've been putting on hold since last year.
Oh, our network.
Mhm.
One of Rachel and I's commitments this year in our 411 of our GPS is to make sure we go every Thursday. So, You're not gonna be alone. yeah, yeah.
I was actually gonna ask you that. That sounds good to me.
I went this week. Yeah, so we should talk anyways
Yeah.
about business stuff, but, and some of the HOA.com stuff,
That's part of
all of that.
I've already talked to a couple people. I've done some networking just for getting stuff done on my own house. So kind of working on that, but I need more.
Okay,
So, that's what you need.
Yeah, I need people thinking outside the box. If anybody has little alternatives or ideas or things that can help these people get into a new place and out of their crappy roach-ridden apartment. I started with my domain
What,
and he couldn't help them. So
Okay.
I need to.
Well,
look at other
I was
sources.
gonna
Go to
say,
Bobby.
or Tim also is good.
Tim Regan or Bobby,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna suggest.
That's what I need.
and both.
Suggestions.
Yeah.
Cause there's, you can search by seller financing in here, like they're really rare and even they want a big down payment.
Okay, that was the other
Yeah,
question.
so yeah, like you can literally just like, I would just pull it up and see like the whole valley, because there's not gonna be a lot of them, and
Right.
then see if any of them, they usually say like. You know, what they want down.
And some new build stuff is going crazy too. So,
Yeah, something in there, but I've never looked for it, so it's good. That's what I need is help, suggestions. And then just catching up on business like you were saying. Find out what I missed over the last month.
no, missed it, you're done, you're out.
No, I'm fine.
You're so cold, like. That was cool.
my new man.
His new role, he's.
No,
You wanted to be. the
no,
nurse
after I'm not Sam, I'll go back to being me.
We'll skip back to you and then we'll get to our friend Ethan. Ooh, look at what I did to his name.
Even has no sense.
Ethan, oh. Ethan, I talked a little bit this morning.
Ethan, this is all of you. You have to take care of all this stuff.
All right. Wow. You had goals last week.
I didn't have any goals last week,
But you accomplished a lot.
yeah, and so my goals going forward for just short term. Are to get through these next few weeks.
Your goal is to get through the next 2 weeks.
The next few weeks and not lose any of the deals that are.
Keep everything together.
Keep everything
God,
going.
that's a good goal.
But
I like that goal, Kyle.
Shouldn't it be every week?
Right.
Okay, how are you gonna do that? I have
I
thoughts.
already failed my goal, like, no.
I don't know, I do.
Well, they get it up.
I gotta be.
Oh,
present.
no, be there someday, just not.
My client.
I need it right now.
Yeah.
I gotta be present with the clients and I need to make sure that I'm setting expectations, because I find that a lot of times I'll say, this has gotta, to my client, this has gotta be done, this gotta be done, this gotta be done. And my clients will be like, okay, let me know when that's done. And I'm thinking to myself, these are things that you should be doing, you don't want to do due diligence, and I'm more than happy to help. And facilitate it all, and I think at some price points, maybe I should be doing that, but
So with the word structure be right.
yeah, that's good, that's a good one, I think, yeah.
Yikes, I don't even wanna ask this question.
How can how can the market center help you?
Well, the same as always, and that is just with you and Rachel, Ollie and Kyle, Christian, and even Tim Chiller, present in the office. And even Lacey and whoever else is here, and I can bounce ideas off of, or even, you know what I mean? And it's been very, very helpful to be able to do that.
I noticed that your break helped out the other day. When it was just the two of us and you said, I'm gonna pretend like I don't have anything to do, and you came and just sat down.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes just taking a step back from everything puts you 2 steps forward.
Yeah.
It's
You know,
good distraction.
it is good distraction and it's a planned distraction, right? So in the 12-week year, which I went through all of the courses last year, I follow it now and had followed it last year. They talk a lot about time blocking space for yourself, open time. People say, well, I don't have enough time as it is right now. But that open time can either, doesn't necessarily have to be sitting and doing nothing, but it can be filling in other things. But it often creates, you've now time blocked, so you've created space for that open time. So taking time for yourself is important. Be present for you, right? So Michaela, are we back with you yet or no? Ethan. Ethan's brand new. Eden, I don't think you've met.
No, we haven't.
You're fine.
Well, I want them to see the handsome face right.
Oh, yes, yes.
My name's Ethan. I'm the handsome face Rachel told you about. I guess last week my goal was to get hired. I believe I accomplished that.
Hey, Michaela.
This week I'm planning on just being a sponge, just trying to gain as much knowledge as
Okay,
possible.
I don't know what's
I may
going
be
on.
bugging a couple of you.
Hold on one second, I'll
on
put you on speakerphone.
what I need to do to accomplish my goals.
Okay, we ask a million questions and
Yeah.
everybody's always receptive, so I don't feel like we're bothering anybody.
Okay. I thought I was gonna be an annoyance, but
Nope.
it's fine.
Not any more than the rest of us.
What will I do? I think I just kind of answered that. I'm just gonna be asking a lot of questions, trying to build up my knowledge base on how any of this works. This is all completely new to me. I never really worked in sales, so this is a very new experience for me. And then what can AMC do? Just answer my questions, I guess. But-
Yeah, I missed all your things, but
Oh.
we did talk about, did you talk about the calls you're gonna make?
Oh, yes, I will
So,
be.
so you actually have a structured for things. Going, he's gonna start with SOI, right? So you're gonna get into your phone, start calling the people you're very familiar with.
Mhm.
Your goal is 5. With a stretch goal of 10. Ethan wanted to start at 15. I said, why don't we just try and get in there? Right now, he's still navigating a full-time job that's from 11 to 8 at night, so. That is entirely distracting to me. Yeah. So that is structured, but he knows what he's going to do. I am going to get him again, I tell him, I caveat the word scripts. It's not what I don't, but it is the Ford script that's used, and how to have just simplistic conversations with people that lead to them asking you, what are you doing? Right? So that's what we're doing. He's picking up the phone, being present as well. So Michaela, I'm so glad you called in. Can you hear now?
I'm on the phone. I can hear you on Zoom and on my phone. Here, I'll actually just...
Here, no, I muted the phone.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. Oh, you got buried too. Michaela, did you have a goal last week?
I did. I wanted to speak with clients to the listing I set up, and I'm of course trying to cultivate new listings. And I actually got on the phone with multiple clients who want to buy the property and working out a deal. And then I actually got a call from someone who saw my other listing, and I was super responsive with her, and she actually was just calling because she wants to know what I thought her property was worth. Here shortly.
You missed it. I missed that last part. So you said you're gonna meet with her?
I'm gonna call her on the phone. Yeah, about 11:30.
So would your next week's goal or this week's goal be gain a listing?
Yes, absolutely.
And you just said it, but what all are you going to do for that?
Today, paperwork or it's kind of, get paperwork and get her email. I already have a number, of course, but
Okay, so you would say that what your goal of the call is to set the appointment, correct? Okay,
stuff value. She had this property for like 20 years and it's 2 acres and it's super valuable part of the neighborhood. So it's gonna be a pretty high value listing possibly.
okay.
So keep in touch with that.
Oh, absolutely.
I have some thoughts, but what do you need from the market center to help you accomplish that goal?
Right now, I believe I have everything I need. But after our phone call, I might need help with, my listing presentation, because I have a listing presentation for homes. Homes are different than land. So I might want to change that and so you guys can do this new presentation.
Yes. Yes to all that. One of the things we need to get you in front of, we need to get you in front of Lacey to have a conversation about land then.
I talk all the time. We call each other and protect each other.
Good.
She is so knowledgeable.
Good. Okay, so is there anything else that you think that you can gain from the market center?
I need to get on the phone with Kelly because last year we talked quite a few times, but we never, actually found a good sign that worked for both of us. I need to get business cards and just materials that I never got once I started the brokerage, because I have a business card, but it's digital, it's not physical.
Okay, okay. I also need to get a hold of Kelly for a few things and for stuff for Ethan and for Daniel. So that'll be something on my list, okay? You bet. I'm going to hang you up because I can't do the echo. God, that's funny.
All right, I think we've made it through all the peoples and all the things in the first day.
Oh no, me. Oh crap. Look at that. I'm gonna attempt not to wreck my new shirt. One of the things that I noticed, I see Rachel's face when I would say the words sitting over there. Well, I have 2 goals, or I have 3 goals in this. Now I get it. Now I know why. It's really hard to do it that way, but I have so much. But this is all about the one thing, and that is also a perfect book to start with the one thing. I'll get you all the information on that. So the one thing that will drive my business this week, and well, not only in the productivity coaching realm and meeting with everyone here, which is highly important to me, it's really my why. Ethan and I talked about everyone has a different reason. Some is I want to create a better life for my family. Some is I want to make more money. My why is always been mentoring and growing other people in their business. I believe giving gives back, right? How does that relate to my one thing? My one thing right now actually doesn't have to do with that, but I do have a listing coming on board that is I think of a very, very high maintenance listing. The human being is a very high maintenance person. So that time has been navigated over the course of the last 4 months of saying, no, I'm not going to list your house. No, I'm not going to list your house. Now's the right time. So the go button has been hit. My goal is to get that house determined if we're going to go coming soon this week or coming soon the week after. Get pictures and all the initial things done for that home, and then our game plan set as far as that. Really, the main goal would be the listing agreement signed, so the 2 of us have clarity in all things. This person here setting expectations and being hard upfront is the biggest lesson I learned.
So I'll quick write those down, summarize that. By the way, yes, I did get my goal last week. It had a lot to do with this. What the market center can do for me and has been doing for me, and Kyle's been very helpful in this, is there are things as I navigate through, some simple things like how long can I be on Coming Soon? This month, the third week of this month, I'm going to Austin, Texas, for learning in a learning capacity of being a better productivity coach, all things involving that to build myself to be better for everyone else. So that takes a whole week out of the brand new listing, right at the time when it's the most important time, which is one of the bigger reasons. It's not that I'm putting him off, but it also helps him in the Coming Soon thing. So Kyle's been a great help with that. I'm going to need some help with Tim to get some better, different avenues than what I'm used to. Ask the questions that I don't know the question or the answer yet. So that's where I'm going to need the market center. So, actually it's going long. So what I do want to say is, one is thank you, but I want to try to do something every week that adds value. I'd love to see this crowd huge. And I appreciate all of you showing up very much so. So the one thing that I learned this week that we may skip over at this time of year is all of us have these subscriptions, these annual things that happen, or monthly things. And some of them are really small dollars, right? So I'm in Truthfinder. Rachel and I have disagreement about what the best source is. Doesn't really matter because it's just a subscription that I'm talking about. Something popped up on my credit card. It was every 2 months. So it wasn't something that hit my eye all the time. But as I pay more attention to my business, I'm like, what is this $46? Because I get $4 charge and a $7 charge from them. And then I got a $46 charge from them. So I just called them up and they said, well, no, it's $20, but we bill that every other month. And then those come every year, $7 for this add-on, $4 for this add-on. I had agreed to all that, so it wasn't a surprise. I said, okay, thank you very much. And went to attempt to hang up the phone and move on to my next thing. And it was like he didn't want me to hang up. And I said, is there something else? And he says, well, are you aware we have a program? Because he probably knew I was going to hang up the phone and go find Rachel to see what her program was all about. And maybe I should just attempt to cancel this phone and go on. I was going to leave. I thought of that after the fact because he then convinced me I should go into the other program that saves me $20 a month. It's structured the same way. It's just they know that they're going to lose people. So my only takeaway from that is, wow, I'm not really paying attention to my business very well if I'm not paying attention to the expenditures. And at this time of year is a great time to call up those folks. I know other agents that have actually have all of them on one credit card. They cancel the credit card and redo it. And so they have all the subscriptions called them. I don't do that because I don't want to pay in the butt of canceling on my cards. That's what I just went through. But with that being said, it's worth the phone call saying, what can you do for me now? You know, our clients expect that. Why wouldn't we expect that of the people that we do business with? So maybe that helps, maybe it doesn't.
Food for thought.
Huh?
Food for thought.
Food for thought. Thank you.
Good job.
You bet. Bye. Daniel's the only one left. I'll talk to you soon, Daniel.
Will do.